Hello, y'all. Welcome to Jackalope Tales, Urban Legends and Music, where we uncover, is it real or is it a jackalope tale? I'm your host, Charles Mooney.
And I'm Lisa Umbarger. And Charles and I are founding members of the Toadies, and now we're doing a podcast.
Here we are.
Welcome.
Come on in. Sit for a spell. How's it going?
Good.
Good.
Doing really good.
Hey, talking about an interesting thing today. Biggest concerts.
Biggest
in
shows.
Attendance.
Yeah, biggest shows ever. Personally, I prefer theater shows, like smaller theaters.
Oh, I do too.
Than the big shows. But we're going to talk about two bands.
Is it because we don't like the people or the bands that attract that big a crowd?
Maybe.
We never hop on bandwagons. We always kind of ride our own little caboose.
Yeah, we kind of do. But there are some bands that I'm a fan of that I'll go. Like I went to the Pixies and went to the big outdoor theater
I know,
thing,
I know.
arena.
Sometimes you just have to.
But arena shows, I'm not a fan of.
No, I can't even remember an arena show I went to. Plus, whenever you're in a band and you have that kind of setting where it's smaller and you get to really visit with the bands, it's almost like that's what you want every time.
Right. Yeah. The first shows I ever went to when I was a kid were huge arena rock shows.
Oh, really?
So they do have a little soft spot in my heart. Like I saw Pat Benatar several times, and that was freaking good. She was a little teeny tiny blip on the stage.
Where was she playing?
Reunion Arena in Dallas.
Oh, God.
Saw her 3 times there.
Wow.
And we were up in the nosebleeds, and it was before they had the jumbotrons and all that kind of crap.
Oh, yeah.
So you saw what you saw from your seats. You didn't see any extra footage.
I remember going to the 1980 Kiss show at Tarrant County and taking my binoculars. So, awesome. And it was just like, oh my God, the fire and all that stuff. Because I had to do that to see the blood come out of Gene's mouth.
You have to.
Oh, and it was great.
And your dad, he enjoyed it?
Oh, he sat right there. And because God, I was 12. And so, he sat right there and
did a crossword.
He actually, he brought his coloring book. And I remember him then. And he actually appreciated the Kiss show for the theatrics and everything like that. And then he took me to see Cheap Trick at Will Rogers on the Dream Police tour.
Oh, my God.
And that was the show where I looked down because I was standing on the chairs and looked down and he was asleep. So if that tells you anything about my dad, he's just chill.
So he's pro Kiss.
Yeah.
Doesn't like Cheap Trick.
Nah, he wasn't too into Cheap Trick. There was not enough fire and blood.
Right.
So, or at least from the band.
It would be funny if like you went in your parents' drawers and your dad had some like Gene Simmons toys. Like, he put on the little chain vest or something.
Yeah. Or
for your mom.
A flick tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah. For my mom.
He did. Yeah. He's like, look, I'm Gene tonight.
I know. Oh, God.
He's got a Bic lighter. He's like,
damn you for giving me those mental images. Oh, hope y'all aren't listening to this, Mom and Dad. But speaking of big shows, it's kind of funny to think of when we started in the Toadies, and you kind of have to pay your dues.
Yeah.
Because in particular, I think there's a video I have of us playing at Club Clearview, and because Jeff Lyles from the Kessler, he always did video recordings of us. He had that big camera he'd always carry around.
Yep.
And I remember us finishing, I think, Tyler or Possum Kingdom, and it ends and you hear like maybe 3 hands. Well, 3 pairs of hands clapping.
3 hands clapping would be scary.
You got to use your knee for the other one. But that was like, Oh God, it was probably like a Tuesday or a Wednesday night.
Yeah, we played a lot of Tuesday, Wednesday nights to earn our way. And yeah, there were a lot of shows with no one there.
Now, is there a particular show that you played when everything got big that stands out for the size of the crowd?
I mean, of course, the Chili Pepper shows were huge arena shows, so those were always big. But the one that stands out the most, because it was so unexpected, we were headlining a festival in Florida. And Florida really got on the bus early for Toadies.
Yeah.
And we had been doing this little tiny punk rock tour with Sam I Am.
Oh.
And we were playing, small clubs.
Yeah.
And maybe 50, 60 people were showing up, maybe sometimes 100, but no more than that.
Okay.
And it was fun. And we got really tight playing these little clubs. And plus, playing with Sam I Am, we've got to play good every night because they're so good live. But we were playing in Florida, and it's in the summertime, and it's hot as shit. And we roll up in our van, and everyone else has tour buses, and it's in the middle of this big field, and it is packed.
Oh my God.
They told us there were 30,000 people there.
What?
And we didn't have a bus like everybody else. Everyone was going to sit in their buses. There was no place for us to go to get out of the heat, because they didn't have green rooms or anything, because it's in a field.
Oh God.
And so we clung to the back of the stage where there was some shade and hung out there all day till it was time for us to go on. And it was insane. It was no one had a shirt on. No one. I mean, the band did, but no one had shirts on. And there were beach balls and the whole crazy outdoor festival thing like you see.
Wow.
And we're like, holy fuck, they know our songs.
Oh my God.
And that was
That's
the first time, and totally unexpected. And it was one of the biggest crowds we'd ever played in front of. If you can imagine playing in front of 60 people and then showing up and playing in front of 30,000 people.
Oh,
it was crazy.
Good God.
And I don't even remember who else played, because we were all just like, what the fuck is happening?
You had a heat stroke, and, and you're just forgetting everything now.
Yeah. And we couldn't get back out to go get food or drinks or anything because of the traffic and the logistics of getting out. But that was so fun.
I think that's why I don't do arena shows anymore, or even period, because now at my age, I'm worried about parking and how to go to the bathroom.
Exactly.
So, I mean, because I'd be like, after the first song, all right, let's go so we can get out before everyone else does.
So we're going to go see the Jane's Addiction show, because Jane's Addiction, Love and Rockets are touring. And we're getting a hotel.
Hell
We're not going to drive because it's it's late. We'll be getting out late.
Oh,
yeah, I'm not going to drive. So we're going to get a hotel, because there's one right across the road where you can walk, because parking sucks.
Yep.
And we might be tired.
Oh, see? That's right up my alley.
Still.
Oh, I know. But when it comes to peeing and getting home, that's a priority.
It is. So you might as well just stay there.
Yeah. Wait it out.
Right. Wait for the kids to leave, and then you're like, we'll leave tomorrow when they're all gone and there's no traffic.
Now, the shows we're going to be talking about, damn, it's a whole nother level.
This is way bigger.
Oh, God. I'm talking about Metallica in Moscow. And you are talking about
Rod Stewart in Brazil.
The good old shove it up his bum.
Yes.
Guy. Check that past episode if you don't know what we're talking about. Do you want to go first, or am I going first?
I'll go first.
Okay. Let's hear about Rod.
Because Rod had the biggest show of all time.
Oh,
hands down.
You should go first.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, so he's the current world record holder for largest show. And in 1994 on Copacabana Beach, 3.5 million people showed up for a New Year's Eve show with Rod Stewart.
Holy hell.
Right. So there were a couple factors that led to 3.5 million people showing up.
Yeah.
There were fireworks. It was New Year's Eve. And they do this yearly where they have some kind of band. But for this year in 94, everyone showed up. It was crazy.
Wow.
So the event was organized and promoted by MTV. And I think that probably had something to do with it as well. Because I'm sure it was advertised on the MTV. But
I'm sure.
I don't remember that being advertised to you. Maybe it was regional.
I don't either. Or I mentally tuned out when they said Rod Stewart playing live. And I'm like,
goodbye.
Okay, let me go look at something. Yeah.
So 90%, they say that 90% of the crowd probably couldn't even see nor hear the show. Because there's pictures of it and it is insane. It's just like this whole beach line as far as the eye can see and crammed with people. I mean, I would have gone crazy. I would have gone crazy because that many people. And again, where do you park? Where do you pee?
Exactly.
What about getting a beverage? It's New Year's Eve and you might be having cocktails and then you have to pee worse.
Yeah.
So
no kidding.
It's not, I guess you could walk out into the ocean and.
Yeah.
Because it's right there. Like stay close to the beach.
You may as well.
And I want to know if someone got eaten by a shark or something really close to the water.
They wouldn't have even been missed.
That would have been so cool.
Oh, God.
Jaws.
Take a whole bunch out.
Right. No one would know because there's so many people and just like start picking them off.
Right.
It's like eating popcorn.
The sharks would have loved it.
So there's not a whole lot of details about this show other than the immense size of it.
Yeah.
Because it was just so crazy. There are some pictures. There's not very much video even, which I'm surprised. And in 94, it seems like there'd be more footage of this.
I mean,
right?
Were they even expecting that much? I mean,
I don't know.
You would think they would have documented it if they knew that many people were showing up.
Right. Maybe all the people who were going to videotape it, I'm saying videotape because that was videotape days.
That was videotape days.
They probably were like, maybe you should run security. Can you imagine
I mean, drunk New Year's Eve.
Right.
And then Rod Stewart.
Is it just in America where we have fist fights when there's alcohol involved? There's other countries do this.
Maybe, but it seems to go hand in hand.
Anyway, so they were having a big party on the beach and most people missed this, but there was a wardrobe malfunction.
Oh,
yes. So Rod was still, I guess, feeling himself. He was still young enough where he could do stuff. And he's a very well-known soccer player. So he does kicks and stuff on stage.
Yeah.
And he was doing a kick and he split his pants. Because he was wearing these white tight pants.
Yeah.
Split it right in the back. And basically made assless chaps. Or just, actually, it wasn't even chaps. It was just a bunghole reveal.
And pills fell out.
Oh, no. That would be so horrible. So he's like kicking around and I guess he starts feeling a breeze and he's just like, oh, well. And he performed the rest of the show.
Assless,
butt out. And he goes to the edge of the stage and like turns his back and does that little wiggly thing.
Oh God.
So probably
his special move.
So 10% of the crowd saw Rod's butt. Because the other 90% couldn't even tell.
Oh, so they can't even hear him. Oh God.
So I wrote, and I think that's funny, so I'm gonna share it because it's a Star Wars reference.
Oh.
Said the whole backside ripped out. And the people of Rio enjoyed 2 moons that evening. Kind of like the planet of Mandalore. Because not very many people know that Mandalore has 2 moons as well.
Oh, wow.
See, it's my geeky nerd joke. There you go.
Oh, that is deep.
So it's really funny because this is where the Jackalope tale really comes in. Because there's an urban legend about Rod. And that urban legend we heard when we were in school.
Oh, yes.
That Rod had to go to the hospital to get his stomach pumped.
Yep.
I
remember this one.
So this one recirculated. And this urban legend from this show is that Rod was hanging out backstage, like hanging out,
No.
hanging out because his pants were split.
Yep.
And there were 20 sailors that made their way back into the green room area.
Uh-oh.
And Rod, I guess, had fun with 20 sailors and had to go to the hospital to have his stomach pumped
What?
of semen, literally.
Oh,
of
no.
semen.
A
Like,
replay of the
sailors,
old...
semen.
Oh.
What? Yeah, so that resurfaced for the younger generation.
Oh,
where he had to have a ton of semen pumped from his stomach from 20 sailors.
Wow. Yeah. No, I remember that whole Jackalope tale
Right.
about him.
Right.
I always loved reenacting it.
Every New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
This is a reenactment.
Oh, yeah. No, it always comes out around 11:58.
So there's a bunch of variations. The 20 sailors is this one from the Brazil show. The one that I'm familiar with when I was a kid is they pumped his stomach and it was enough semen to fill the gas tank of a Volkswagen Bug. Did you hear that detail?
Like, I don't remember the detail of an automobile,
but I always looked at Volkswagen Bugs from there on out. And like every time I saw one, I was like, "Ooh, slug bug."
How many gallons does this hold? Yeah. Oh,
gross.
Oh, that's why smoke came out the back of all the Volkswagen buses.
That's why that Disney film with Herbie.
Oh, yeah.
That's why he went crazy.
Herbie the Love Bug.
Right. You just like insert some semen in the tank and it's like, woo! It can fly and all sorts of shit. Move its fenders and talk.
Oh, shit. That gets anyone going. God.
Anyway, that's the story of Rod Stewart and the largest concert to date ever.
It was like a Jackalope replay.
Right.
That's amazing.
Right.
Because you would think one Jackalope tale, maybe something else later on, but a replay of the original.
Are you suffering from high-quality podcasts? You see, quality podcasts stimulate parts of your brain, leading to an irksome condition called thinking. But suffer no more, my friend. Introducing Discount Storytime's blend of fictional nonsense and rancid gibberish to provide soothing relief. Try Discount Storytime today. Available on most podcast catchers and at discountstorytime.com.
Consult your healthcare provider before listening to Discount Storytime. Not intended to treat unicyclitis, pickleball liver, or jittering expectations.
Have you ever had like a wardrobe malfunction on stage?
Let's see. I mean, when I wore boxer shorts when I played. I mean, luckily the guitar hung there right in front of me because those flies are big on
something
the boxer shorts. Out. I know. So it's kind of like wood met wood.
You're like, whoops.
I know, right? But yeah, nothing too bad. You?
No.
Say you've worn proper.
Oh,
attire.
yeah. I didn't wear tight white pants and do kicks.
Thank God you didn't wear white
it would have
pants.
been wrong.
No one needs to wear white pants.
No one needs to see that either. So.
No, that's pretty vile.
Let's hear about Metallica.
Well, since you told me about the largest one, I guess this could be the second largest one. I don't know. But what I'm talking about happened September 28 of 1991.
Okay.
And it happened at the Tushino Airfield in Moscow. And
cool.
There was a Monsters of Rock festival. And Monsters of Rock festival had been going on for years. I think they played from what was it? Between 1980 and 2016. This tour went everywhere. And it was basically metal.
Was it like different bands though that would rotate on? Okay.
Almost like Lollapalooza. Well, it was like Lollapalooza, but it was more for the metalheads.
Okay.
And so the show I'm talking about was Monsters of Rock that featured AC/DC, Metallica, the Black Crowes.
That doesn't fit.
No.
Okay.
And Pantera.
Dang, man.
Now, that kind of reminds me of the days when we would play Joe's Garage, where it
Yep.
was like we didn't fit in well with anyone.
Right.
We were the Black Crows of the Monsters of Rock tour.
Yeah, we totally were.
Yeah, we felt out of place. We tried our best, but this show brought out 1.6 million people, making it the largest rock concert in the history of both the USSR and the Russian Federation. Don't tell me what the difference is of that, but and miraculously 0 fatalities at the event. No one died, but there were some violent clashes that happened between the public, the police, and even the military that was present.
Wow.
Now, there had been a music festival already in the plans to happen in September of 91.
Okay.
And that was going to be in Moscow at an actual arena. And I guess the Russian kids kind of were aware that things just sometimes are promised in Russia and then they don't happen.
Yeah.
Well, that was the case of this one because word had gotten out that there was going to be a show featuring totally different the Rolling Stones, U2, Bob Dylan, the Eurythmics, and Peter Gabriel, to name a few people.
That's crazy, but I would go to that.
It would have been a cool one, but all of a sudden you're comparing these two festivals.
Yeah.
But what the whole story behind this was during this time, there had been a coup that had happened in Russia. And it was where the hardcore communists had kind of tried to make their own group to take over Gorbachev. And because he was too, I guess, kind of liberal, he was kind of creating a new Russia where
he was very different than the regimes before him.
Oh, then Boris Yeltsin and all that.
And Gorbachev is the one that had that weird birthmark on his head.
So, yeah. And what had happened is it's like the Young had even helped to keep the coup from happening and keeping it kind of in this more liberal kind of Russia. And the leaders were even like, what kind of festival would you all want as an appreciation for what you all did? And they're like, we want metal.
Yes.
So that one concert with all those softer bands had fallen apart. And then there were some organizers that decided we want to do this, have a big show. Monsters of Rock tour was already touring in Europe at the time. And they planned in about 1 month an event for them to come and do it. The Russian group helped them get visas and everything to come over. So it was like a month of planning to make this happen.
Okay, if you were on that tour, would you have a little bit of trepidation about doing it?
That was even said by some of the members of Metallica because they get there and the coup had just been kind of squashed.
Right.
And things were still a little bit unstable.
Right.
So they're kind of freaking out. And that could have been why that first group of performers had canceled out.
I would imagine so. I mean, can you imagine if that's a perfect place? You have 1 million people there or a big crowd.
Yeah.
And start some shit.
I mean, Bob Dylan cannot suppress a coup.
He could not defend himself.
No, I mean, not him at all. But Pantera,
Peter Gabriel would freaking take all of them out. I've heard
biased.
things.
Yeah. Was it with Sailors?
Oh, I don't know. I thought it was a sledgehammer.
Oh, there you go. But as they were all kind of gathering with the Russian leaders to plan this thing out, the Russian leaders were actually joking with the organizers saying, yeah, maybe 100 people will come to see your rockers. so they...
And they really did believe that. So they thought
Yeah,
not
they-
very many people were going to show up.
But the promoters and the organizers were more like, no, it's going to be big, but we need somewhere where we can just go. And since this is last minute, so they chose Toshino Airfield for the venue because of its size and because it's located kind of central.
Is it a military airfield?
It is.
Did they fly in on that airfield or did they fly?
Oh, I don't know. I think they flew in, but then they helicoptered them close.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
I was going to say, if I was in the band, I would be okay if I flew in on the to the airport where I was going to leave from in case I needed to make a quick exit.
Oh.
Right? I mean, don't
you
you
always
think?
got plan B.
Right. You have like Tom Cruise hanging from a wing as you're running and trying to get onto the plane.
But see, when you're metal, you're supposed to stand up to all that. You're not supposed to be scared. I don't know. It's not hair metal.
Okay,
I mean, we're
they might
talking
stay
metal.
there.
They might stay there.
Metal could change the world.
Good. Now, in getting all this put together, the stage constructed for the show was 9 stories high. 24 18-wheelers brought in sound and lighting equipment. And the festival ended up getting organized. Entry was free.
Oh, man.
Alcohol wasn't sold, but permitted. And no bags were checked. This is before.
What?
This is before like all the. I mean, think back in like the early 90s. Would they check your bags and stuff when you'd go to a show? I
No,
don't think so.
They never did.
Yeah.
And I would bring a backpack.
But yeah, and I don't remember them. No metal detectors or anything like
remember,
that.
I used to have that chain on my jacket.
Oh,
Karen, our friend Karen, reminded me that someone.
Oh yes, the one wrapped around your shoulders, wasn't it?
Yeah, and someone pulled a necklace off my neck in the pit, and I came out of the pit, took the chain off my jacket. And I don't remember any of this. And then I went back in the pit and was like, I'm going to get my necklace back.
Oh,
after I had that chain wrapped around my fist.
Because, I mean, we had leather jackets. I had that pair of handcuffs that I would use to close the leather jacket.
Yeah.
God, we were walking around.
Yeah, and that chain was like a big old heavy
It was.
chain.
I remember it because it hung low.
And I think I got my necklace back.
You could wrap it a few times. I think you did.
I'm pretty sure
I
I
can almost
did.
remember that. So it sounds familiar. And I think you did.
No one took my chains.
Oh, hell no. Don't take those chains.
What the hell were we thinking?
Those are your chains. Yeah.
So I mean, think about that. They probably had whatever they wanted in their backpacks.
Oh yeah.
We could have smuggled denim to them, like get some blue jeans to them. They would have been happy and then left with their hats.
The economy did really suck at that time. I mean, I think inflation was up 300%, but I don't want to go into that because this is not
this is rock and roll
podcast. Yeah, fuck that. But the crowd reached 300,000 people by noon, and then it reached 1.6 million by the evening. And to oversee the event, there were 11,000 soldiers, police, security guards, and riot police.
11,000.
11,000. Yeah. And Pantera was the first to play at 2 p.m. Now, what do you think is going to be kind of the attitude when the first band that comes on is Pantera?
It's going to get rowdy.
I mean, there is video of this show. They fucking tore shit up. I mean, they killed on the stage. Fights started with the kind of music Pantera was playing. Police were beating kids with clubs. Bottles were being thrown at police.
Oh, shit.
And it got close to the point where Time Warner, because Time Warner had arranged this because they wanted to make a documentary about this. And they had to get up there on the stage and threaten to stop the show if the violence didn't calm down.
That hardly ever works, though. But maybe in a
Russians are used
state.
to being oppressed. Yeah. So whenever they're told what to do, it's like,
okay,
you just got to do it in a Russian accent.
Right.
So, but I think you said you've seen the video with helicopters flying.
Yes.
I mean,
it looks
20,
like Vietnam.
30 feet above the.
Yeah, they're flying right over it. And I was like,
yeah,
I remember I remember the Nang. You like see him fly real slow over the crowd, and it looks like Vietnam because they're
it does.
military helicopters.
Oh yeah, the helicopters were trying to calm the crowd and do all this.
How do you
stuff.
calm the crowd by flying over them?
I guess because you're paying attention
And everyone's
up
stuck
above.
down
I know
from
everyone goes low.
Yeah,
But it must have worked. But by the time Metallica took the stage, it was Pantera, and then it was the Black Crowes, and they're playing full shows too. It's not like up there.
So they're
for
playing
30
like
minutes.
an hour and a half.
Hour and a half. And I think
Holy shit.
Metallica played an hour and a half. AC/DC, who was the headliner, played almost 2 hours. But it's interesting because Metallica kind of gets the nod for this show. They're the ones that are known for it, but AC/DC was the headliner. So, but this was right after the Black album had come out. So Metallica was
AC/DC is the headliner in my heart.
Oh God. Yeah.
Still, I don't care.
Oh, I know. Damn. And then we could get into which one's better, Bon or Brian. Oh,
Bon.
Yeah. But by the time Metallica took the stage, the Clashes had almost petered out.
Okay.
No one wanted to miss the main acts because even the Police were big Metallica fans.
Oh, that's so cool.
And James Hetfield even said in an interview he remembered seeing military personnel starting to take off their uniforms and start headbanging.
Really?
Yeah. So everyone was getting into it. The only thing they had to worry about was the pressure of all the people at the front. But it ended up being okay. And then after all said and done, according to Moscow police records, this is out of 1.6 million. So the numbers are actually really good. 51 people were hospitalized. 49 were detained for disturbing the peace.
49 out of a crowd that big.
And 100 were sent to the drunk tank.
Dude, that happens every night in a Toady show. It's just a small theater.
I know. When there's 60 people attending, 51 end up in the hospital.
Yeah. So I mean, come on, 60 of our friends will
it worked
end up
great.
In the drunk tank at least.
60, see?
Right?
Yeah. So talk about crazy shows. I mean, we talk about Rod Stewart and then we talk about Metallica.
Yeah, Rod Stewart, I don't think had a mosh pit, and I don't think he had the angst. Except
you don't
in
think
his
they
pants.
broke out during "Do You Think I'm Sexy"?
Right, he's singing "Hot Leg," which, by the way, the Toadies used to do a version of Rod Stewart's song.
Yeah, we made it singular for
one leg is hot,
the
other is not.
Maybe the other one's missing. Maybe
we'll have to see if we can find a video of that.
I've got it. Yeah.
Let's post it.
Yeah.
Toadie's doing "Hot Leg."
Hot leg.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was classic. Todd did the lead vocals and Charles and I did backing vocals.
Hot leg. Because we slowed that shit down.
It was awesome.
It was
well,
like
because it's one-legged.
Yeah. And plus, we're not going to go the tempo of Rod Stewart.
No.
Because he goes real fast tempo.
Todd sings that song so good. I know fast. Yes.
He does.
I mean, to get 20 sailors off, you got to go quick.
That's right. Enlist me.
Wait. Hark. It's a kazoo.
The kazoo means a lot to us.
It means the Lone Star Salute. Lone Star Salute, where we talk about 1-star reviews of anything music.
Yep. It's got to be someone angry. Well, not even angry.
Not even angry. They just are
disappointed, angry.
They're just like, this doesn't fit me. It sucks.
They just want to share an opinion.
Right. And usually it sucks.
Yeah. Those are the ones we like. But
that's my favorite.
Anything musical. So what do you happen to have?
I have a really funny one.
Oh,
I got this review from a different source than where we usually go, which is like Amazon or someplace like that.
Yeah.
This is from TripAdvisor.
Okay.
And this is a review of Rod Stewart playing the Coliseum Palace. The Coliseum at Caesar's Palace.
You did some digging for this one.
I know, right?
Woo.
And so just think about the people that use TripAdvisor.
Mm-hmm.
Might be an older demographic.
Definitely.
So here's what this person who is anonymous said.
Okay.
I see about 16 to 20 big concerts a year and was in town in early October to see the Eagles.
Oh,
so I figured, why not add Rod's show?
I'm already getting a mental image.
Right. You know who this is.
TripAdvisor guy. Yep.
I had seen the regular tour in 2018 and the show was really good. So why not do it again? I should have saved my money. His attitude was deplorable.
Ooh.
He was obviously upset with Caesars and kept making derogatory comments all evening. At one point, he also mouthed an obscenity.
Okay. Uh-oh. It's getting bad.
An obscenity.
Oh, my
Come on.
God.
Really?
What are you expecting? Although, do the Eagles ever curse? I don't think so, but that's what they're used to.
But he didn't even say it. He mouthed it. And I don't know what that obscenity is. And what did he look in the camera and he says, shit. I don't know. And how do you know it's an obscenity?
Right. You could just be a
you
horrible
don't even
lip
know,
reader.
unless it's fuck, and that kind of looks like something. But he could have been saying fudge.
I know.
Like, are they lip readers?
I don't know. And his lips are so busy.
Right.
It's hard
so
to tell.
busy.
He kind of talks like that. So go ahead.
I have no problem with the obscenity itself, but he was acting like the crazy uncle that comes into your house during the holidays and is always on the verge of an outburst. He lip synced most of the show. See, that would be my biggest thing. It wouldn't be that he mouthed an obscenity. It would be he mouthed the whole fucking show.
Oh, God.
Right?
I'm not going somewhere to see a recording.
No. You know, I can do karaoke.
Yeah. Can you?
I can. We'll do it later.
Ooh.
Maybe we should do that. Jackalope karaoke. Send in your request, folks.
Oh, yes.
His lip sync did not sync up with the camera either. So the music and that they were showing up on screens didn't sync up with. So I'm wondering if maybe he really was singing, but the camera wasn't synced or something. So maybe he was. I don't know, because I think that Rod usually sings. I mean,
this person's.
I mean, he's kind of known for it.
Yeah.
The songs that he did sing, like, so this person is saying he sang some of the songs and lip synced others. I don't think that. No, dude. Anyway,
confused.
So the songs that he did sing were really poorly done. Sadly, Caesars is paying him for another residency in 2020. My tip: avoid. I almost said advoid.
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 Or avoid. Oh.
Yeah, so my tip: avoid.
I didn't have to hear that to know to avoid it. But,
right. TripAdvisor.
Yeah. What a... No, Rod Stewart, though.
Yep.
You told me he has a bad attitude.
People don't like him.
Seems like it kind of.
Women don't like him.
Oh, well. But sailors do. Well, my review is from Vice.com.
Oh, see, another one.
Yeah, this guy's name, the writer, is Jeff Harder. Turns out he was a Metallica fan in his younger days, and he decided to revisit the album Load by Metallica.
Okay.
Load is the definitive Metallica album because it stinks.
Okay.
With Load, they became the fully realized crappy dad rock band they always wanted to be. Load is the first indisputable proof that Metallica has been trolling and alienating its audience all along. Metallica has become a euphemism for shit-eating heavy metal mania. Oh. Load is the soundtrack to growing a soul patch. Thanks to distorted blues riffs and the mid-coital bellow of James Hetfield. The songs ape Leonard Skinner, Zeppelin, AC/DC, and other bands blaring from the garage while getting your oil changed. The cover art of Load featured a mix of cow's blood and semen. With half a decade to get it done, that is what Metallica came up with. Albums of derivative hard rock wrapped in plasma and jizz.
Oh, man. I disagree.
Now, see, he loved Metallica from all of the early Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning. He said
Right.
their last great one was Master of Puppets. And then, no.
Justice for All?
I know. I liked
I mean,
the drum sounded bad on that.
well,
It was that
Lars.
pop, pop.
Yeah.
Oh, God. But Lars, yeah.
I have stories about him. For later.
Yes.
But
Teaser you.
that is to me, that's a great album. I'm not a huge Metallica fan,
Yeah.
but I know their place in metal, and I don't fuck with Metallica.
I don't have any hate like this at all.
The Garage Days Revisited, that punk rock thing that they did, all the punk rock covers, was phenomenal.
Metallica really was one of those bands too. It's like that crossover thing where, yes, I was a punk, but damn, Ride the Lightning was cool.
Yeah. And they were
Kill 'Em
nice
All.
guys too.
Yeah.
Besides, even Lars was actually kind of a nice dude.
Yeah. Okay. That's good to hear.
Did you meet them when they were at Sound Warehouse?
No, I came in the day after and found all the records folded in half from that signing thing. I wasn't that into Metallica yet because I hadn't started working there. I think I started working there a month or two after that.
I'll have to post the picture of me with Metallica.
Oh my God.
There's and I have
yes.
It's the 80s, and I have one of those long blonde rat tails.
Oh, I remember you wearing that.
It's so embarrassing and awesome at the same time.
I'll AI the rat tail out.
No, we should leave it.
Oh, of course.
Just because
I'd tell you, I'd take
you tell
it
me
out,
you do
and I'd post
change the color.
Yeah.
But and then we met them later. It was in California somewhere, and they were backstage watching one of their buddies play. Ugly Kid Joe. We're playing at like a Six Flags type park.
Okay.
With Ugly Kid Joe, and the Metallica guys came out and rode roller coasters with everybody.
What?
It was kind of cool. I didn't see Lars then, but
holy hell,
they were
crazy.
very nice. They're just like dudes, you know.
That's cool.
So,
that's good to hear.
Yeah.
I mean, they could go either way.
Yeah.
So and it's nice to hear they're actually decent.
They were nice guys. So that time we met them when we were working, they were nice.
Yeah.
And then later when we're playing, they were nice. So
and
I have no
so
experience.
Fucking insane is when they did the signing, Cliff Burton was there. Do you even remember ever interacting with him?
Oh yeah. I got a Master of Puppets album vinyl signed. Everybody, including Cliff.
Whoa.
And a friend stole it.
That fucking friend.
Yeah. Would not give it back.
Oh my God.
I know. I'm an idiot for even
just beat yourself up.
Yeah. I loved Master of Puppets. I thought that was a great album too. So
it's amazing.
And that was actually my introduction into Metallica was Master of Puppets. And I was like, after listening to it all day when they're doing the signing, I was like, this is really fucking good.
Yeah.
Because I was anti-metal then.
I know.
And then I went back and listened to everything else, and I was like, okay, this is fucking
isn't
great.
bad at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I appreciated it too. So.
Cool.
Oh
man.
It's a happy ending.
It's a happy ending.
You tried to bring us down with your album story of the signatures.
But let's bring it back up.
Let's bring
it's
it
a
up.
Happy ending.
Let's bring it up. Happy ending.
So,
God knows those.
I just want to say that you can be in a giant crowd or in an ER getting your stomach pumped, and but you never want to be on the receiving end of 20 sailors.
Oh,
or it might be a jackalope tail. Don't become a jackalope tail, folks.
No. You got to make sure you kind of check into your stuff, but it's always fun to talk about.
Most definitely.
Oh, yeah. We got always fun things to bring up. And now you introduce some more stuff about Lars.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Behind the scenes stories.
Well, hey, we appreciate you all listening today. And gosh, oh wait, I'm stealing your ending.
No, you can do it. Thank you so much. follow the links in our show notes and find us on all the socials.
Yeah, definitely. Like, subscribe, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, anywhere you get your podcasts. We got the video on YouTube. So if you want to see our mugs, go to YouTube.
Do it.
Yeah.
And join us next time as we ask, is it real or is it a jackalope tale?
Or is it 20 sailors?
20 sailors backstage.
20 sailors and a seaman. But I see you.
Or a Volkswagen full of semen.
14 gallons, baby.